are live, man. Hey, I want to talk about a fight that I just seen. I was looking at Boxing Beats and Rams. He had he was doing the post fight of, well, actually he was doing it live of the Conor benn fight. Now Nigel Benn's son, he was doing the post fight for that, or he was doing it live, and he was talking about how good of a fight it was. So when I came home, I wanted to watch the fight and see what he was talking about, because he said it was a great fight. He was doing some commentary on it, and it sounded exciting. Man, it was a real good fight. You know, now Nigel Benn, he was, he fought in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, 168, and now his son is fighting. And man, it was a really, really, really good fight. Like a really good fight. Knockdowns, he's 10-0 with 8 knockouts. So he was fighting a guy that he was supposed to beat, but he was trying to knock the guy out. He told Eddie Hearn that the French guy never been knocked out, but I'm gonna be the first one to knock him out. So he came out in the knockout posture. He just came out, went for it, man, and he made an exciting fight. And the guy was ready. The guy was game, man. The guy dropped him, and then ended up dropping him again. And you know what I'm saying? Conor benn was behind on the scorecard, so he ended up getting 2 knockdowns and coming back. Some people saying that he was given a gift, but I don't think it was so much of a gift. I think it was a close fight. You know what I'm saying? Conor benn finished strong. The rounds that he knocked that guy down in, to me he dominated the round. When the guy knocked him down, he got up and he was still fighting. The round was still kind of close. But the rounds that he knocked the guy that he was fighting in, he dominated the rounds, and I think that's what gave him the edge in the fight. But good fight, man. Good fight, man. It's only his 10th professional fight. I know his corner wasn't happy the way he was fighting. Your corner never happy that you taking that much punishment. So, they probably gonna have a talk with him and tell him he got to box more. But for the fans, it seemed like he has the fighting spirit like his father. So, you know what I'm saying? At heart, he's a fighter. So I don't know how many times they're going to be able to hold him back just boxing, because it seemed like when he gets hurt, you know what I'm saying, he fights back harder. So, good fight, man. And I don't know if y'all seen the fight, but go see that Conor benn fight, man. It's a really, really good fight. Real good fight. It's only 6 rounds. It's a 6-rounder, but it's an explosive 6 rounds. But I'm looking at the Tevin Farmer fight, man. And I'm trying to see, what they were saying he got robbed in the fight. I think I'm in round 6. I'm looking at it right now. It's on YouTube. I'm looking at the in-ring action. And the in-ring action give you way more angles of the fight than watching it, you know what I'm saying, on, HBO or whatever. But it doesn't look like he's getting robbed to me. It's a close fight. You see, Tevin Farmer is more flat. He's fighting a flashy fight. He's not really committing to anything. And see, in boxing, you have to commit to something. His jab is falling short. He is jabbing to the body very well, but he's not throwing no combinations. He's barely even throwing any 1-2s. He threw a 1-2 every now and then every now and then he'll throw a wild hook. He's missing a lot too. And the reason why he's not missing because the guy that he's fighting have really good defense. Tevin Farmer is missing because he's not committing to his punches. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing a consistent jab, but his jab is consistently falling short. And see, I think a lot of people is not observing that. They just looking at him being flashy, and he got the hand speed. He does have good hand speed. He is using the shoulder roll. And another thing about that shoulder roll, see, the shoulder roll is good for 2 things. You're supposed to use it for 2 things. He's only using it for 1. He using it to get away from the right hand. True. But another thing the shoulder roll is supposed to do, you're supposed to hook off the shoulder roll, counter off the shoulder roll, and throw the right hand off the shoulder roll. He's not doing that. See, these guys trying to fight like Mayweather. You could tell they seen Mayweather of the last 8 years. They only seen the Mayweather of the last 8 years. They didn't see the Mayweather of the first 10 years when Mayweather was not only using the shoulder roll, he was throwing combinations. He was throwing hooks off the shoulder roll. He was throwing the right hand off the shoulder roll. He was going to the body with the right hand. And these guys, they trying to fight like the old Mayweather. Like the old Mayweather started fighting like that because he moved up and waited. He was a little bit older. That's why he fought that fight, the slow down pace fight. The Mayweather that I don't like. I don't like the Mayweather in his 30s. You know what I'm saying? But these guys are fighting a old man, slow man style, and they are young fighters. Like, you a young fighter, you got to fight like a young fighter. You got to fight with some energy in there. You got to commit to your punches. Now I think it's like the 6th round. Now he's committing to his punches more, but it's a little bit too late. You done already put in the mind of the judges that this guy's in the fight with you. You know what I'm saying? Tevin, you should have did this in the first round. Now he's committing to his punches. Now he's throwing an array of punches. Now he's throwing punches in bunches, but you didn't already put the guy in the fight. Now you in a dog fight. I think he thought he was well ahead, but the guy that he's fighting, he's not a special guy. He don't have special hand speed. He don't have special foot movement. But he commits to his punches. He's landing hard punches where Tevin Farmer is trying to land these flashy, pawing, get away from me jab punches. You can't, no, man. You gotta commit to your punches. You got to commit to something. You got to commit to a right hand, or you got to commit to a jab to where you busting the guy up with your jab, where you making the guy head go back, where the judges can see that you committing to something. He's not committing to something. He's more flash. Now Tevin Farmer got good skills, but he doesn't have a dog. He don't have a dog in him to where he want to commit with his power shots. I think, he doesn't want to get hit. That's what it is. See, these fighters think they can get in there and don't commit to nothing and don't give nothing of themselves. They just want to go in there and try to outpoint somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do in the Olympics. You get to this professional level, you got to hurt somebody, man. You got to at least throw some authoritative punches to where you seem like you hurting somebody. And Tevin Farmer don't have a whole lot of knockouts, so he's not a knockout puncher, but he has to commit to some power shots, man. And this guy is committing with some hard thud punches. And the guy continuously come forward. He's coming forward the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? So, by my observation, Tevin Farmer didn't get robbed. I mean, let me see the last 4 rounds, but I got the fight really, really close. I didn't judge every round, but the fight is close, man. He's not dominating the fight. To me, you have to be dominating the fight to get robbed on the scorecards. It's a nice, close, competitive fight to me. And I think it's more so Tevin Farmer than the other guy. Tevin Farmer, he's pawing with the jab. He's not landing his jab is falling short a lot. Like, it's falling short a lot. The last couple of rounds he's been landing this jab, but in the first 4 or 5 rounds, his jab was falling short most of the time. So I don't know. Look, I think he need to go back and look at this tape, look at this film, and see what he did wrong too. He's starting to get a little sloppy now. But it's a lot of stuff that he did wrong, that he could have did right, that he could have did more to win the fight. When the scorecards go to the judges, man, my new motto, man, is you can't be hollering robbery. You let it. The fight was in your hands. You let it go to the scorecards. You either got to beat the guy up, man, lump the guy up, or beat the guy so precisely that the judges can't help but to see that you win in the fight. You can't be in there trying to outpoint somebody with this fast-handed, I'm going to do just enough in the round to outpoint you. And then you got to understand the judges, this judging the fight. You got to understand what kind of fight they like to judge off of, man. You can't be... No, every judge don't like that flashy stuff, man. Some judges like guys that come forward. Some judges like guys that land power shots. So you got to understand the judges too, the psychological thing of that's going on in the mind of the judges. So, so far Tevin Farmer, he didn't get robbed, man. Nobody was knocked down, I don't think, in the fight so far. Nobody was knocked down that I can see so far. So, I don't know, man. You a young man. He's 27 years old, man. You got to fight a young man's fight. You can't go in there and fight in an old man's fight, man. Old man fighting style. You got to go in there and fight. It's like what he does is good, but he need to mix it up. He need to fight. He needs to throw combinations, and then, to throw a little wrinkle in there, then he can go to, some flash, some, moving around, some feints. Some good feints, from the outside, pop shot. But you can't, like, the whole fight, man, it's like, that's not a cool fight to fight, man, the whole fight. See, now he's trying to get authoritative, But you already let the guy in the fight, man. Mentally, the guy you let the guy in the fight, and you let the mentally in the judges. The judges see that he's in the fight. So, yeah, man, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Y'all think Tevin Farmer got robbed? I mean, did y'all see the fight? And if you didn't see the Conor Ben fight, go look at that Conor Ben fight. Nigel Ben's son. Go look at that fight. I think the little dude is like 20 years old. Only like 20 years old. It's like his, you know what I'm saying? This is 11 pro fight. He got 8 by stoppage, but this is his 11 pro fight. Before that, he was 10-0 with 8 knockouts. So, you know, he's like he got some power like his father. But it was a good, exciting fight. But this Tevin Farmer fight, man, I don't see what he's doing so great. He's more flashier than the dude. I can say that. He's more flashier, but a lot of his punches are short, man. They're not landing. His jab, I'm going to say out of all the jabs he's thrown, man, he probably landed, like, to me, in my eyes, he landed about 15% of his jabs, man. He throwing a lot of jabs, but he only landed like 15% of his jabs. In my eyes. He needs to throw more power shots and within that style. Like I said, he can use the shoulder roll. He could throw he could see the shoulder roll is good for when you're in the pocket, man, not when you way on the outside. When you in the pocket and you make your and you have the shoulder roll, you have the shoulder in front of your, tuck your chin, have the shoulder right there for the right hand and the hook. You know what I'm saying? And then you can counter. You can counter with your right hand, or you can counter with the hook. You know what I'm saying? Or you can counter, you can go to the body. Or you could throw an uppercut, but you got to keep everything tight for that uppercut. But you could throw an uppercut to keep everything tight, and you can't really get countered off the shoulder roll in the pocket if you do it right. He looked like he can do it right. He does it right, but he doesn't use no offense off of it. He just uses the shoulder roll for defense. And I've been seeing young fighters that try to copy Mayweather's shoulder roll. They only use it for defense, but they don't see that Mayweather counters off the shoulder roll. But, you know what I'm saying? It's a hard lesson he had to learn in this fight, man. But he didn't get robbed, man. He was a more flashier fighter. He can win for the most flashiest, but this guy's right there with him, man. He's not flashy, but this guy is landing punches. And this guy's landing harder shots. See, a lot of judges like hard punches, man. They like hard shots. See, Mayweather built himself into the fighter that he was in his 30s. He had already built up a lot of collateral, and then once he got to that point and started fighting like that, but see, Mayweather counters with he makes sure he land clean, effective punches so the judges can see out that shoulder roll. That's what he does. He does that very well. And it's a perception that he's really, really dominating the fight when he does that. But yeah, man, Tevin Farmer, man, you ain't get robbed, man, from my eyes. What round is this? Round 8? Nah, man, this man didn't get robbed, man. Unless he knocked this dude down, got some knockdowns in these last 3 rounds. He didn't get robbed to me. And he had so many opportunities to dominate the fight, because the guy that he's fighting, he's not that, you know what I'm saying? He's not that skilled. He's not that fast. I'm not saying you got to be all that to win the fight, but it's just Tevin Farmer is much faster, quicker, hand speed, foot speed is better. He got nice feints, but he don't have no dog, man. And that same thing that Boxing Beats and Rounds was saying. He was saying that he don't have any dog. He don't have no dog. He's not trying to push the fight or trying to land hard shots. He's just content with trying to outpoint this guy, man. Let me get out of here. I'm going to look at the last 3-4 rounds, man. But Tevin Farmer did not get robbed, man. Can he win a close fight? Can that guy win a close fight? Yeah, they both can win the fight. They both is in the fight. So whoever wins the fight won the fight in my eyes. I'm out, y'all.